I didn't like the picture, but hopefully some guys come in. I'm just gonna start talking, man, and this can be something that people watch back, whatever. Watching some of the highlights now. Mad game, really, really mad game. Let's start with the first half. And I actually enjoyed this game, to be honest, as crazy as it was. Look, I'm gonna say this: we're quite fortunate to get out of this game 2-2, and I say that because one, we had a terrible ref today, and I hate talking about refs, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I mean, yeah, like, I'll get to that in a minute. The ref today was yeah. So I think we're fortunate because Spurs had so many chances in that first half. We could have been down 2-3. It's a disgrace not to send Kane off. I don't care if he's England captain. I don't give a damn if he's the great white hope. That tackle on Robertson in that first half should have been a red card. I don't care about the reputation preceding him and all that. Abdul, what's up, man? Madness of a game. You're right. Madness of a game. Then no penalty on Jota in the first half. What? That you're not going to see a more obvious a shout for a penalty than that pin in the first half on Jota. How is that not a penalty? How? Who's that? HM, hi, bro. I was shouting throughout the game. That's ain't, bro. The Kane tackle, that's a sending off. How is that not a sending off? Well, I know how. Because it's the great white hope. It's the England captain. If that's any other player, any part of the field, any part of the game, any two teams, that's a sending off. That's a sending off. I mean, I just don't get that. And our goal came from Klopp yelling at Robbo. What does Robbo do? Get up in there, lift the ball up, Jota. Why didn't the ref check the Jota pin? Bro, I don't know. I don't know. And there's no transparency with these checkings anyway. So at least in the States, you hear them saying they're checking. It's been checked. We go on. Pin and red card. Yeah, I think the ref did not want us to win. Listen, man, you all know if you watch this channel enough, I don't even like talking about refs. But bruh, that is just unbelievable. That is just unbelievable. And look, Spurs should feel a certain way because they should have won this game based on the way the game went and the chances they had, and particularly in that first half. Legendary Brick says Klopp blew it with the team selection. Tyler Morton positioning defensively off ball was horrendous. Yeah, I mean, probably. Who else would you have gone with, though? I mean, let me know who you would have gone with the selection, knowing all the issues we have. The ref's birthday is on Christmas Day, so he was handing out Christmas gifts. Hey, real talk. Who was that? Osa. Osa said that HM, but Klopp also deserves a bit of blame. Oh, for sure. For sure. More. You would have thought Ox came in. So who played the holding six in that mid three? You would have put Milner there? No, I agree. And people will talk about the back line today, but obviously the midfield plays a role in that. Spurs had so many chances. Man of the match. Yeah, and I was getting ready to lead up to that. I wrote it down in my notes. 54th minute, I said Allison man of the match, no matter what. Then he had that blunder, which was he'd been saving our ass all game, and then you have that blunder. It's like and then you can arguably still put him as man of the match. But yeah, no, the Klopp deserves a bit of blame for sure. Allison was man of the match prior to unfortunate right. Osa says if I was Spurs, I would be disappointed. Yeah, they did not win the game. Yeah, Ox, Milner, Keita. Okay, yeah. I would Milner in the six. Okay, yeah. I thought in general the midfield just let us down. We can bring up Morton, sure. If Ox was in there, would it have been different? Maybe. It's hindsight, you know. Osa says Spurs well rested and had more time to prepare. Yeah. Yeah, they blew one, man. They blew it. You see Kane's bitch ass. I can't stand it. Anyway, you see Kane here talking post match. They should have won that game when you look at it. So as one, the subs we made, particularly bringing Gomez on, you realize Klopp and the squad is saying, look, we got to just take this draw and get out of it. So the way the game went, I'll take it too. You know what I mean? Like, even though I feel like when you go up 2-1, just finish it. Let me talk about the handball by Mo to the build to our goal. It was a handball. You know what? I love it. I love it. I'm love that it wasn't called. I love it. There was so much other goofy cheating shit going on in this game. I love that it wasn't called. Yeah, I love it. Spurs should have look. Spurs have the fans, the team, whatever. I hope there's no complaints on anything. I just hope there's no complaints because number one, they should have had a red card in the first half. What else? Yeah, they should have had the send off in the first half. We should have gotten a penalty in the first half. So I don't I loved it. I loved that it wasn't called. Um, what else we got here? Also says also we did not have our strongest team out on the pitch. We were missing key players. Yeah, but that's a lot of teams are right now, to be honest. So I hear you, but today this bum ass Spurs team still should have been beat. That's just my opinion. And I'm also very angry, HM says, towards moaning Chelsea. We technically have the same problem now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, we set the blueprint of a team that was decimated and still came through. Osa says this was their best chance to get 3 points against us. Yeah, yeah. The ref had to use the magnifying glasses for Raul's tackle. I was beyond pissed. Yeah. Also, if we won, it would have been a bonus. Klopp mentioned in a press conference that it was a bit difficult to prepare for the game against Spurs. Sure, yeah. Also says Spurs had not played in a while, and Klopp had no clue who was going to play for them. Yeah, true. Um, a little bit of sort of backstory in the Robbo and what's the guy Royal Edison Royal whatever. If you guys watch the replay back on Robertson's goal, Royal kicked Robo in the face. Now, purposeful or not, whatever. Um, I think Robbo's one of them dudes that he feeds off the energy of a game. You know what I mean? And he's mad, and we've been talking about wanting to play like that in that game. He's a bit crazy when he gets going in football. We've seen the highlights, we've seen the stuff on YouTube. He's a bit wild, and I mean that in the best way. So that tackle on him again, I don't know his mindset. I can't say just because I'm a Liverpool fan he didn't mean that. Sure, you want to give that a red card again. I'm happy to take that, but it should have been equal in the first half. It just should have been equal. If you're gonna give him the red card, cool. But I think Robbo was just hot because of the game. He had just scored. It had been one of them games, kind of frustrating. It got to him, and I think him being kicked in the face, and then also and nothing going for that, which it probably wouldn't. But also knowing that he's been kicked in the first half, he's hot. He's hot, and I think he did go in with that tackle, maybe to get the ball. He didn't get it. Whatever. It is what it is. But that's where when I realized who it was, who he kicked, I'm like, okay, that's kind of a clapback because he just got kicked in the face on his goal. Also, we didn't have okay. HM says, and I'm also very angry towards. That's read that already. Also, we wanted Spurs had not been. Wow, there was no info on their COVID cases. There was no info on their COVID cases. Yeah, yeah. And Spurs cheaters, they almost had their perfect starting 11, 14 days off. Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse for them not to get all 3 points in this game. Looking back at their first goal, Kane. But we were poor and sloppy in the midfield a lot. Really lazy, bad passes. Again, we need to be fortunate because we had a lot of things going against us in this game, man. And not even so much that, just Spurs had man, you look, man, I don't even know if I can watch this game back. But I probably will. I actually enjoyed the game. But if you look at the chances they had, how many times Allison had to bail us out, or they just missed wide open moments, whether it be Kane, Son, Ali, they had so many chances, man. I mean, throughout the game, so many chances. We got. I think dropping points is worse for Chelsea. We can catch Man City despite dropping. Yeah, and I agree. And again, whether we can or can't, I hope we can. But in the way this game, I'm watching this challenge Kane put on Robertson again. It's absolute disgrace. Whether we can or can't in this particular game, and I'm looking at it game to game basis, you take the draw. That's it. That's as simple as that. You take the draw. Abdul says, on balance of things, draw is a fair result. I agree. Chelsea are losing it. Their manager wanted the game canceled today. Yeah, you can see in his post match, he's definitely losing it. Legendary Brick. Salah was passive. No VVD. Thiago to set him up. Yeah, title is probably City's. We should try and get a cup or two. Yeah, all due respect, Legendary Black. I don't really, you sounding like Drifty from Copish, and no knock on him either. Love the brothers over there for the most part. But I don't know how we're counting the title out at this point. I really don't. But respect to you. You got an opinion. I just disagree with that opinion. But yeah, also hopefully we can get a cup and the Champions League, which I think we are in good. We're in a good way right now to get that. EPL did not allow Chelsea's request for their game to be canceled. Right. Yeah, just watching some of the highlights back. Again, the push on Jota in the box. I just don't understand how that's not called. Also says legendary brick still a long way to go. It's not City's title yet. Anything? Yeah, I understand. People are watching City, the highlights, the stat sheet, and all that. I get it. And again, that's your opinion. I'm not knocking anybody for having an opinion. Totally cool. Particularly if you're respectful about it. So I appreciate that legendary brick. But yeah, it's hard for me to say that it's over. You know, the possibility of winning the league. I just don't see that. We know this game is crazy. Anything can happen. Obviously, I would have liked less draws, but you know we still only got one loss. And you know, look, you're gonna have tough days like this. You're gonna have tough days like this. These things sort of happen. And again, the way the game went, we should feel quite fortunate because again, they had. I mean, I gotta look at the stats in terms of shots on target. They had. I mean, they just had all these highlights about them. And again, with this ref today, I mean, this game could have gone a whole lot of different ways. You know what I mean? So I just think should be a little bit fortunate that we came out of here with a point. Chelsea still have to play City, yeah. Well, we got to play City again too. So um, have to do a long way to go. It's a long season. Yeah. Again, it's opinions. If there's he's legendary brick is not unique in that situation in that thinking. He's not in the minority. There's a lot of people who think that. A lot of people, whether they have fan channels or whatever, Twitter, a lot of people have that same mentality. Not mentality, but that same thought that it's over for us. And, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I just thought, you know, at the midfield, Naby just moments here and there. I'm looking at this one situation that Allison blunders. The one situation, man. Ah, that would have been a super steal if we would have got this win. Seriously, but it should have happened anyway. Also says it'll be interesting to see how City perform once they get injuries or COVID cases. Yeah, I mean, look, what they might not get injuries like that. And I'm sure they've got. And I mean, are they injury free right now? They have not. They have no injuries. Legendary Black. It's a long season to go. I just think City create too easily, and Afcon will have a huge impact on Liverpool. Have cup full. It's 1 point gain. Yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. I keep hearing about Afcon not going through. What's the update on that? Which I'm not wishing. By the way, I want Afcon competition to happen. As a Liverpool fan or not, I want that it needs to happen. And those players want to play for their country, so it definitely should happen. But I have been reading that it may be canceled. Injuries and COVID could change everything. Chelsea missing their strikers. Yeah, and again, look, I'm not. Of course, if City's playing, I'll peek at the score. Or if it's before our game, I'll watch a little bit of whatever, watch some of their highlights. But City are good. They're great. They're a good team. They're a really good team in the Premier League. You know, they're a really, really good team. If you look at, we're looking at football right now currently, they're top three, four. I think Anquan's going to get canceled. Okay, cool. I know I've been reading about it, but I also been reading like mixed things. But I don't think City is better than us. I don't think they're. If you look at a team in terms of their starting 11, and then who they have to bring off as a team, as a squad together, maybe you give them a slight nudge in terms of who's the better team, and as far as that. But starting 11, we're all fit. They're not a better team than us, in my opinion. So look, it's to see them swat teams away 7-0, 4-1, 3, whatever it was today. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But we've done that too. You know, to maybe not to 7-0, but we've been able to, you know, smash teams like that too. But we can't. We got to just worry about us, man. We got to worry about us. We have to play them again, and that's our chance to you know make a mark. Got to beat them. Got to beat Chelsea. This was a tricky game tonight, and I'm definitely gonna watch this game again tonight. This was a tricky one, man. This was a wild, wild, wild game. Just a mad game, and I think a quite comical game, and everybody was part of it. The managing, I think, in moments was comical. I think the ref, we all know about him, some of the players, but you know this one was wild, and we still almost got it in the end. But yeah, there was a late ball from Ali to Simicast that I wish more could have come from. and it didn't. So that was a little disappointing. But look, going down to 10 men, there's but so much you can hope and want from the team to accomplish at that time. And again, backs against the wall, you lose a player, you just want to see the game out. We did that. Klopp's talking right now. I'm gonna have to rewind it to see what he said, but he also said South Africa is pissed too. Omicron is not deadly compared to Delta. To put a travel ban and try to shut down the whole world again. Yeah, well, the thing is this, man. Look, just getting away from football for a minute. Humans, we are quite stupid sometimes. I think people started to live as if this thing was over in the football world, in the actual world, and whatever. I mean, I don't know where everybody lives, but even here in DC, there's people who walking around with no mask, no nothing. As if this thing is still not, lethal. So now you got this other variant, and you got people still walking around, still passing it on. I think we should have stayed in our bubble, sports wise, and just and our all the regular humans out here should have stayed in the bubble. This is a serious thing out here, man. You need to be getting tested frequently. I'm not gonna get into the jab and all that because I have an opinion and I don't want to, whatever. But yeah, we got to start carrying on. We have to realize how serious this thing is. People are not dying from Omicron, and it is easy to treat. I don't know if that's true or not, also, and I really don't want to get into that. I mean, you telling me? Are you saying no one died from Omicron? I mean, that's kind of hard to imagine, or no one can die from it. MK says we played well against 12 men. That's the comment of the day, man. Yeah, it was rough, and again, like I hate talking about refs, but the foul on Jota, I'm sorry, the foul on Robbo in the first half from the Great White Hope, captain of England, that's a red card all day, every day, and every day of the week. I mean that's a red card. There's nothing you can tell me different. And the more you see it, the more you wonder. Studs up, catching the shit, and he caught him. It wasn't like he missed him or something like that. You say, oh, that's kind of violent play, whatever. But he caught him. That's a red card. How is it not? It doesn't get reviewed. I don't think. I mean, how is that not a card? The push on Diogo in the box. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable, man. So again, that's I hate that games even have to center around these sort of talking points. But here we are. On the NFL, we got to dust ourselves off. Peace, bros. All right, have a good one. On to the NFL. Cool, good. MK says Robbo and Mane and Keita were getting fouled constantly. Yeah. Yeah, the game the ref was just weird. I mean, towards the end of the game, you see Jota coming shoulder to shoulder with players and him allowing it, but it's like, where was this in the beginning of the game? Like the first half of the game. It's like, don't try to make up for your bullshit in the first half, man. You know what I mean? Where's the consistency? And that's my issue with the refs. There's no consistency, man. I mean, that is a stone cold pin that we should have gotten. But again, wild game. It's hard to even say what I think we deserved in that game because the game was just so crazy, and allowing them to get in our box as often as frequent as they did, all the chances they got, I really feel like we dodged the bullet here. Also says Omicron affects the upper lungs and Delta affects the lower lungs, which makes it more deadly. Okay, more deadly, sure, but I mean, let's not act like Omicron can't kill folks, right? I mean, I'm just saying in general. Look, I mean, Omicron, Omarion, whatever, like these things are deadly. Whether one is more deadly than the other, they're all deadly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't really matter. MK, don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. We will bounce back straight away. It's only one draw. Yeah, no, I'm not worried. I'm just here, kind of just getting my thoughts out of the game and realizing that we were that close to stealing it, even though maybe we just didn't deserve it. To be honest, on the balance of play, how the game went, I think we got a bit more than we deserved. If we would have gotten out of that game with a win, 3 points, in my opinion, that's a steal. That's a steal. Spurs should have definitely gotten that. South America has the most deadly variants of COVID. Okay. I mean, again, you probably are a bit more intelligent than me when it comes to that, the whole variants and what's more deadly and all that, and that's cool. To me, COVID is COVID. I mean, they're all deadly. Whether one is deadlier than the other, they're all deadly. And it's like saying getting the vaccine. Getting the vaccine, It's not going to keep you from dying if you get it. It's not. I mean, it may help a bit, but that doesn't mean you can't contract it again and that you can't die. That's, you know. But I hear you. I hear you also. I hear you. Washington State governor died from COVID after catching COVID in El Salvador. Yeah. Okay. Let's switch back to football, man. I don't really want to. The COVID thing you got to be tricky with when you got a channel. Like that's just what it is. So I'm gonna move on past that if you don't mind also. But yeah, overall, man, look, it's one of those games, man. Look, I want to big up Kanate for stepping in these last couple games. I thought been playing really well. I saw some moments of him doing his version of what Matip does, just going through the defense. That was really nice to see. Matip had a moment today where he had one of those moments, passed it off to Jolton. I don't know what happened. I guess I don't know, fumbled it or whatever. But and then going forward, again, Jolton, his ability to put the ball in that way with them headers, man, it's just incredible. It's an incredible talent that he's adding to this team, and a lot of times he might be in those moments the shortest dude in the air, but he finds a way to get contact on it, and more times than not, get it on target. So we needed that in that moment. It was, like I said earlier, it was a moment where Klopp was talking to Robbo over the sideline, probably livid of just everything that's been going on in the game, and Robbo into gear, gets the ball, flips it up, and there's Jota to get it. And that's just beautiful to see. That was really that's what really got us back in this game. That goal right there, that got us back in the game. And I think we could have taken the game. We have that major blunder that we have at the end where Son is going in on goal, and for whatever reason, our keeper isn't able to get it. But the keeper played so well all game. It's hard for me to really get on him too much. I thought he saved us a lot in this game, So also says, my friend told me in the UK, USA, the fans. Okay, I'm done talking about COVID, man. So anyway, yeah, it's just a wild game. It's a wild game, man. But I don't want to ramble anymore, man. Thanks for the people who stopped by, who are still on now. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for your comments, which mainly was also, shout out to Osa, man. One love to you. MK, who else was on here? Legendary Black, thank you. Abdul was on here. Who else we got? HM, Abdul, yeah. Legendary Black. I don't want to leave anybody out. Who we got? Yeah, that's about it. Thank you to all you guys, man. I appreciate it. Humble channel here. Ain't nothing really here. Just passionate Liverpool fan, just talking about the games, man. And wanted to go on live real quick because this was a wild one. So I'm going to debrief, look at some of the highlights, see what the managers are saying, maybe check a fan channel or two to see what just other people's opinions are. But overall, I just think, look, we got away with one today in terms of getting a point with our opponent, getting as many chances they got, and more or less playing against the man in the middle as well. That's me for now. Much love to all of you guys.